Well, I am just a man who fell for the wrong woman.
But
out of crisis comes change.
Out of crisis
change.
comes change.
So I spent the last year really slowing down and reconnecting with myself. And I am very excited for everyone to meet the real me.
So what's up, guys?
Oh my God. What episode number is this?
This is
4,000.
94.
Wow.
I'm going to have a little
Killing it.
Saporius beer.
Oh, we're about to have a live. Are you having a beer? Is that what you said?
I am.
What are you having? I want to drink more alcohol
It's,
to pass the days.
it is by Three Taverns craft beer. It's called Saporius. It
Okay.
is a passion fruit and guava sour ale, and
That
it's
sounds
amazing.
fucking banging, dude.
Thing I've ever heard of.
I think
It
that
is.
rocks.
It's pretty awesome.
Passion fruit and guava.
My best buddy Jared drinks fucking IPAs all the time, and I think he should be
I
killed
can't
for
stand. Oh God, I can't.
Yeah, they're
stand IPAs,
poison.
man. Well,
Everything's poison.
besides that, like it's bitter. It's not good at all. It just I don't know, it tastes like ass.
it. Robert, you doing 245 pounds on the shrug machine?
What
Just a cartoonish amount of weight. A car. I'm lifting a car. Why? I wanna. It's fun. Just grab dumbbells. No. Just grab 250s. I don't wanna. I wanna do the car weight. Love it.
Oh man.
Single arm lateral raise. 15. That rocks.
That reminds me, I was going to tell you, I did like an ab thing, not to get abs, because that's not going to happen for a very, very
Nobody
long time,
would
if
think
not
that.
ever.
Nobody would think that.
But
If anybody thought that, they would be I would kill them.
yeah, I just need to get some of that.
Wait, Robert,
core
you're
strength.
getting abs?
Yes, I'm getting abs.
It is good. And I actually, for the first like 2.5 years of my bodybuilding, I completely did not do anything core related at all. And that was very silly of me. Don't do that. Train your core.
Well, I vividly remember you saying,
Skip
"Don't worry about the abs.
Yeah. Silly.
Don't worry about that at all. That's stupid. That's silly. You're not
I
going
got
to
that
get
from
abs."
Sean, by the way. Sean Nalawani was the one who was like,
Isn't,
you don't
like-
really have to train your abs.
Most of everything comes from your core, I feel like. Like, you would want to strengthen that.
Paul, it comes from a silly Billy Botter.
Kill him.
Butter.
I've had alcohol. It's not fair.
I've had too much to drink today.
I've had 4 vodkas and a cranberry juice. Bodybuilders are like, hey, abs are made in the kitchen. Don't train them, which is true. But like men are susceptible to inguinal hernias, and like there's a bunch of stability issues that can come with weak abdominals. So it's like train your abs to keep yourself safe, not because you are a retard and you think training your abs will give you a 6-pack.
Yeah. Don't do it because you want to look like Billy Ocean or whatever. Fucking
Billy Ocean.
I don't fucking
Who's
know.
the actor that plays Billy Butcher? Who was that?
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Yeah, Carl Urban.
Wow.
Don't do it
Frank
because
was
you want to look
ready.
like Carl Urban.
Ready for
Yeah.
that one.
Don't do it because you want to look like 57-year-old Hugh Jackman.
Dude.
This girl I was dating called Carl Urban Keith Urban, and I went, "Isn't that the fucking country
That's
singer?"
the country singer.
Like Keith Urban. That's not
Guy
Keith
that was
Urban.
in Doom.
That
That's
wrong.
awesome. All right. I have a subject in mind, but did anybody else have anything going on or wanted to talk about? I know it seemed like you were back at your summer home at the Nexus, Tyler.
Me?
Yeah, because you're.
It's a rental property at this point.
What did you say?
True.
You said, oh man, you said something. Podcast.
What did I
8,
say?
yes, we'll drink until then.
You said nothing
Oh,
matters.
nothing matters,
And
yeah.
it was just like a super fun energy, and I was just like, oof.
Are we
he's
recording
going
tonight?
through it.
Whatever. Nothing matters. True.
Yeah. And then he's like, we're doing this at 8, like 5 hours ago. And you're like, cool, I'm going to drink until then. God.
I just think it's funny because it's like, Paul and I would be talking, Frank would come in, whatever. And then Tyler comes in and says, stop being a retard, and then just dips out and is gone.
And then comes back depressed.
Paul, read a book, you gay retard.
Yeah, which I do, by the way. But I love that you were at 100% at like 6 a.m. You're like, Paul, read a book, you gay retard. And then by 12, you were like, nothing matters. Life sucks. I just want to eat a bullet. It's like, what the fuck happened in 6 hours?
Oh, dude. Life is crazy, man. Life is absolutely insane.
Like your roller coaster ass emotions, man. I can't keep...
No, I'm pretty okay. We had a big breakthrough moment. Rob, just delete the name here. I deleted my entire text conversation with I just described it. Deleted it. Gone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's therapeutic.
Yeah, okay. I actually kind of feel like it is. And I don't know, man. Just reflecting on it a lot is like, dude, this was I had a moment in the shower. You guys know the scene where Homelander's talking to himself in the mirror?
Kind of.
I do that sometimes where I have like the real deal version of me talk to the emotional version of me. Yeah. And it was like you watched, like, she kissed her husband in front of you. Yeah. Wake up. Yeah. That kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah. And it's getting a lot easier. I'm getting like, yeah, what the fuck, man?
Well, something that helped me, just because I've always been bad about talking about things, because I feel awkward talking about things to people sometimes, is
drinking.
I used to write. Yeah, I did that too. I had to quit that. But I started writing letters to myself, like trying to remind myself what I have that's positive. And it, like,
I think that's a good idea.
When I was in a sensible state of mind, and it's like, okay, when you're feeling down, read these letters that you wrote to yourself.
That's a proven method of kind of changing mindsets, is to really think and consider what you have.
I think gratitude is probably the only way through the hardest times. Gratitude's like the only thing.
It's like, I'm still alive. That's the best thing.
That's true.
That's the only good thing.
And some other horribly mentally ill woman will come along and ruin my life before I know it. So if I just keep my head up, keep my chin up, some total monster will come along in just a moment, really.
Eventually, the not monster will appear.
Well,
doorbell rings. You ring? You called?
I go, you're so much taller than me. Is this metaphorical? And she goes, yes. I go, I get it.
I like tall ladies.
Frank, say something. I haven't heard anything from you. Speak. Talk some bullshit.
He gave the actor's name.
He said Carl Urban.
Yeah.
He said Carl Urban, then he went back to Gooning or whatever he's doing. What are you doing?
I'm just sitting here listening to you.
He's listening.
That reinforces my Gooning thing.
You're just
so much
lately.
You're listening to my voice.
Gen Alpha bullshit term.
We're riffing, and Frank's over there. I can't wait to stream a horror game for you later, Tyler. I'm going to have my pecker out. I'm going to be cranking my pecker.
Oh my God. Who the fuck says pecker anymore?
Especially after just saying gooning.
I know. He's using Gen Alpha lingo and then turns around and uses some boomer ass pecker shit.
I got to keep you guys on your toes, okay?
Well, congratulations.
What was the topic? Did you have a topic?
I did.
Obviously,
Also,
it's gooning.
Yes, exactly.
I actually don't remember.
It was about vigilantism and vigilantes.
I thought you were about to say vampirism.
Yes, vampirism.
Energy vampires.
Paul was like, I have no idea of what real life vigilante would be, or never thought about it.
Well, I didn't have any idea I just don't have any examples that pertain to my life specifically to share any kind of anecdotes for that. I have nothing.
I got you.
Okay,
and then you proceed to spew a fair amount of good content.
He misspoke.
Yeah. Hammer
good
time.
He went Indian. Good day.
My name is David. I'm calling you from Microsoft Tech Support.
Hello, my name is Jacob.
Before we get into that, though, Tyler, I did want to congratulate you on becoming a official certified personal trainer.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it.
Did you never replied, but I thought it was funny. I told Erin, and she was like, "Oh, so he can stop pretending now."
Damn.
Robert,
you've lost
congratulations on being a
65
business owner.
pounds.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
pretending. Jared's lost 90.
Jared's lost 90. That's awesome, dude. They're right.
Frank, I only had one conversation with Frank, and he's tearing up Poisey like nobody's business now.
Yeah,
as a result of my personal training.
I lost 10 pounds.
You. It seems like you found your niche.
Yeah, I told you didn't see that the other day.
No,
I got on the scale and I was like 160 something, 168.
Well, you can't give any credit to me. I don't believe you've listened to a single thing I've
I give
said.
zero credit because I just was like.
All Paul has to do is stop
through
eating so many fucking
osmosis.
hot dogs and he'll fucking lose weight like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
wow, I cut my hot dog count from 80 to 40 a week and I've lost so much weight.
That's what I think, honestly, because I really cut back on soda and started drinking more tea.
Yeah, that'll do.
So I think that had a lot to do with it.
Oh my God. It's
But
like
I wasn't
magic.
trying to lose weight either. I just was like, that's neat. Fucking
God. Incredible. Wow.
yeah, man.
I stopped drinking maple syrup before I went to bed. And it's like magic. Dude, it's like magic. It just flew off me.
Yeah. Basically.
Oh man, no, there was something there. Hold on. How much weight would you say you have had some type of influence in people losing?
Man.
Between me and Jared, that's 155 pounds.
Zero. If anything, I've had an influence on people.
Not
gaining.
you, Paul. He's not asking you. You fucking moron.
Well, in reality, indirectly, between me and Aaron, we've lost like 115 pounds total.
I mean, if you're going to give me that, though, that's tangential at best. You gave that to her.
But see, the influence for her doing that came from our conversation. So I'll give you the 1 degree of separation.
It's
or
the
2.
transitive property.
Yeah.
Let me think. I mean, you two are definitely my shining successes for sure. Let me think. There's a lot of women in the office that I've trained that have lost a good bit of weight.
Yeah, I was going to ask how that's been
From all that fucking.
Yeah, for me fucking them and then crying after and going, "Will you love me?" And
Dude,
I go,
crying
"No."
burns so many calories.
Will you love me? No. Okay. I meet one girl and she holds the door open for me and I go, "Will you spend Christmas with me?"
I want you to meet my mom. I know we just met.
Dude.
You took my coffee order.
God. I think I want to spend my life with you. I don't know. I would probably say if I was going to be like confident, I would say like 200, probably 200 pounds.
Okay.
I mean, I've lost 25 of my own. So I gained 45 and lost 25 of it myself. Jared lost 90. You lost 65. Aaron lost how much?
She's coming up on 55.
Bro, that's nuts, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she hasn't even been going to the gym and hitting it, not like I have. She's just been strictly applying
it's just
the same
small reductions.
principles and
Small reductions, baby. That's all it is, really.
She doesn't seem miserable, so
that's all you want. That's all I ever want. I'm about to start working with a girl who has had big problems with food in the past, and it's scary, man, because I'm like, look, I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a nutrition, I'm just some guy that
Nutritionist.
thinks
You wouldn't be like an apple.
yeah. I'm just trying to help alter your relationship with food a little bit. With men, I can go, hey, from now on, food is fuel.
right.
Your mouth isn't a vagina. But with women, you have to be really careful. So,
yeah, you can't be like, hey, stop being a fat bitch.
yeah, stop being a fat bitch. Put the Oreos down, you fucking retard. What's wrong with
Google
you?
ratings would definitely not go up from that.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
it's
The
a
reviews for you.
totally different ball game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess like 200 is probably like the safe bet.
Okay.
But I hope that gets crazy soon. Frank, would you attribute absolutely any of your weight loss to me? Probably not, right? I won't get my feelings
No.
hurt. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, but no.
Not even the weight of the semen that's left your body from masturbating to me?
Nope. Because I haven't lost any weight there.
I can attribute that to you.
Oh, okay.
That part.
How much would you say that is, Paul?
About 50 pounds.
That is a lot. You are Jewish, so I heard you guys
Repopulate
produce
small
pretty good.
nations.
Man, I mean,
Paul's got to
the
wheel
vitamin
his
D, I got it coming
balls
out.
around in
In the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Like Randy.
Like, Paul, what do you eat for lunch? He's like, pineapple and celery and zinc. And you go, oh, okay.
Ropes.
L-tyrosine. You eat an amino acid for lunch? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just whole ass.
Only the cum-related one.
What's fucked up is I do eat pineapples for lunch, though.
Pineapples rule, man.
That's typically my quote unquote lunch because I only eat one meal.
No.
So
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, we can get into vigilantism. We can stop sucking me off. I've been sucked off plenty. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Just to be clear. Go ahead.
So, I
Actually, I kind of have, but doesn't matter.
the thing I brought up in the Discord with Paul was if you have ever thought about real life vigilantes, what it would be like to be a vigilante.
vigilante.
Yes, a vintage lanty. No. Or just like, you know, if you thought if it was even remotely possible, or if it's just absurd that somebody would do that, or, you know.
I recently came across some YouTube videos of DAP, Dads Against Pedophiles. I don't know if you guys heard of them.
Dude.
And these guys are great. I mean, well, within reason of being great, but
no,
it's fun to watch nonetheless. So they go and they basically catfish these pedophiles to a public place, and then they make sure it's them, and then they get them on camera and just start calling them pedophiles, and then waiting for them to just give them the right moment to just clock them. Like, hey, go ahead and call the cops. Call the cops. You call the cops on me, I'll gladly take the assault charge, but you're going to get your charge too for trying to, bait a minor. And so these guys won't call the cops because they don't want to get in trouble for all the shit these guys got on them. And so they just beat the ever-loving shit out of them.
God.
There's one guy that does pranks. Like he finds these people and he's like, okay, we can call the cops, or you can wrestle an alligator in my living room.
I think that's Vitaly, isn't it? Isn't that Vitaly?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that the guy that died? There's one of those guys that died.
So when you say vigilantism, can you give me your definition? Imagine I'm a 6-year-old.
So
Uncle Wobber, what does vigilantism mean?
Instead of R's? Yeah.
Basically somebody that takes the law into their own hands, like somebody that, if you've watched Taken, Liam Neeson's character, kind of not relying on government or police or law enforcement
they operate outside of the law to dole out justice
in their own mind. Because
the question is, would we do it?
Their perceived justice,
or just what are your thoughts on it? Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever,
I think it's probably necessary.
Just being vigilantes or having that in society at all?
Yeah, having them is probably necessary. Like,
I think most people think about it though.
Do you guys you guys know my stance on pushing the boundaries in film, right? Like, we've talked about Irreversible and Terrifier and showing like turbo gore or like sexual assault in films, and I go like, at some point you need to be stopped. I don't know if you guys are familiar, or if anybody that listens to this is familiar with a movie called 120 Days of Sodom, but it was a movie. I think it was a French film that depicted. Of course, it was fake. It was a film, but it depicted child rape. You can edit that out or censor it however you want. And the people just killed him. They found the director and killed him. Oh, and I was like, that rocks. I am a big fan of that, and I believe we should do that more. So yeah, I think that vigilantism, if that's what that is, you could call that like mob rule or whatever. But yeah, I think that it's probably necessary, because at the time that was legal to make a film like that. But There's some things you got to die for, to be honest.
So it depends on how far they go in vetting the information, because there's so much misinformation out there too.
Yeah.
So if you're talking like Batman style, I'm vigilantism, dark hero bullshit, sure, but just mob rule, no. The mobs are dumb. They're gonna just say, "Hey, look, this guy's guilty of something. The guy could be totally innocent." And they end up killing him
that's
anyway.
That's how the witch hunts started.
Yeah. So, to a degree, I think vigilantism
women die.
helps the law, but
So, because there's the good side, there's the bad side. Because I mean, you can look anywhere through history, and it's like the lynch mobs from the 1800s and onward, where they were just hanging black people just because.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, you know, like they thought that was wrong. Same with gay couples throughout that time period. It's like if they found out, well, fuck, you were going to get burned at the stake or whipped to death or hung from a tree. I never knew what was going to.
You just you go Hammurabi style, it's different punishments for different crimes. Like they steal, cut their arm off, whatever. Yeah, but
exactly.
That's why I say it's all about, vetting. So if it's a known criminal they're going after and they're going outside of the law to do it, it doesn't matter. It's a criminal and they get the criminal.
So if they're going all Dexter on serial killers or whatever. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
the justice should fit the crime, right? I mean, you don't go and kill a serial offender for dealing out drugs.
Oh, did this tie into parents killing their child's abuser or whatever?
So it's funny you ask that. I had seen this story and I'd seen this video before. Everybody has, but it's of a guy named Gary Plauché. He had like a 7 or 8 year old kid. This was in like 84, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But his kid was abducted by his karate instructor. Yep. And a whole lot of shit went down. A couple weeks later, he's arrested, brought through the airport. And the father, Gary, shot the guy in the head on like live television.
Yep.
And the guy, of course, he's a hero, right? People are like, oh yeah, that's completely justified.
I have such a spicy opinion on this, man.
This is why I brought it up, because I figured it was going to have like several different, and even not my opinion, but like my view on it has changed just in the past 24 hours of kind of looking into it. He got 300 hours of community service and like 7 years of a suspended sentence, right? And of course, he went on to do normal everyday life shit. And I think his son is an activist of some sort. I don't remember how far that went, but reading on that or seeing that video got me thinking about the subject of vigilantes.
Okay, that's how it ties in.
I'm curious about your opinion on that. But I did also find some other examples that were different spectrums, right? Like we have people who dress up like superheroes and go to like children's hospitals, or who go around this, they're crime fighting, but they're not like trying to hunt people down and murdering them, right? They're essentially neighborhood watch, but for the entire city and dressed in a cape. But there's also examples of like this group called the Knights of Liberty. They're not around anymore. It was only for like
gay
World
name.
War I. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is the early 1900s. And their whole thing was...
They probably thought it was the coolest shit ever.
They were this group of people that were literally hunting down pacifists, like people who were anti-World War I or who were not enlisting. It's like, what? But they're considered a vigilante.
Yeah, that seems weird.
It's very weird. So that's why it's kind of like I see the purpose, and I see where there are cases where it's like, oh yeah, I definitely would have supported them, or this is a good deed that they're doing. Or sometimes it's, like the distraught parent who doesn't feel like they're getting anywhere with the law or whatever, something that you can kind of justify. But then you're like, wait a minute, my morals don't align with everyone. And there's a lot of people that believe certain things are right and wrong when they're not. So it's kind of interesting. Then I found Captain Sticky, and we'll talk about him in a minute. But what was your thoughts on Gary Plauché?
Did we talk about? Have I mentioned the movie with Mads Mikkelsen called? I think it's called The Hunt. Have I mentioned that movie before?
Is that the guys in the woods that are like all a bunch of rich dudes and are hunting down?
No. Frank, did you say you've seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Frank, go ahead. This is the general summary of the film. Yeah.
Shit, it's been a minute. That was kind of like a Taken scenario. I think he was. What was it?
Okay, I'll tell.
Yeah, go ahead, because you've probably seen it way
Swank.
sooner than I have.
He's an elementary school teacher, Mads Mikkelsen is. And in the very beginning of the film, this girl is like, I mean, she's like 6, right? So she has like a 6-year-old level crush on the teacher. So she like asks to kiss him on the cheek, and he's like, yeah, of course. And then she's like, I want to kiss you on the lips. And he's like, that's not really okay. And so she gets mad and tells her parents that he touched her. And the entire film is him trying to prove his innocence. I mean, his wife leaves him. His wife starts drinking, leaves him. Every single person he's ever known is against him because who would believe you over a 6-year-old?
Right.
And at the very end of the film, they're in court, and the girl's like, I didn't think, it's been going on for so long. Like, I was just mad. And they're like, you don't have to say that. Like, you can tell the truth. And she's like, no, I'm telling the truth. Like, I was just mad that he wouldn't kiss me. He didn't touch me. And the end of the film is like him in the woods with his son, like hunting, and like a gunshot ricochets. And like there were 2 people on the hill just like looking at him. So it's like just that accusation ruins your life forever. Forever. Even if the kid comes out and goes, hey, I was lying. It doesn't matter. Your perception, like how the world views you, is altered forever. So like that's a way that I could see vigilantes being bad.
Right. That's the whole vetting thing. Yeah. So
there's a short film, like poem thing that reminds me so much of what you just said about that movie. It's called "There's a Man in the Woods," and it's about a teacher who has this bad kid that wants to collect all the honeysuckles for himself. So he tells all the kids that there's a man in the woods with a gun. And it comes down to the whole breaking down his like authority and everything like that. And the parents are like, oh, you don't believe my son, and da 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 da. He ends up losing his job, losing everything that was important to him in his life. And he just starts to break mentally. And it ends with there's a man in the woods, and it's him in the woods with a gun pointing it at the kid.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, that
is really similar.
Yeah, it's about like how little lies can alter someone's life in a big way. It's very similar. Like I've never seen The Hunt, but that just stuck in my head when you were talking about it.
It's a phenomenal film. It's very good.
It's also a scary thought, right? Like you.
Oh yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be like a little kid. Like people get vengeful all the time and do stupid things and weird things.
Oh yeah.
Like I know personally somebody who kind of had to deal with something kind of similar. It wasn't sexual by nature. It was just abusive by nature. I say just abusive, but it was abusive by nature. But it was kind of the same setting. And like he had to go through all the steps to prove that, like the house, the home life and everything was fine, was perfectly good. He has other kids and everybody was good. And they put 2 and 2 together and the kid came out before it got crazy in depth.
Bro, that's a nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Yeah. I would hate to go through it.
Jesus.
But it's like, just the thought that it could happen It's like it just makes you want to be even more on your toes and even more aware of situations.
Oh yeah. So my schizo, my crazy guy opinion is like any stories that you hear. The main one that I'll reference is there was a UFC fighter who his like kid was wrapped in daycare or something, and he like drove his truck around like looking for the guy, searching, and like finally found him and killed him, and then like went to prison. Any sort of vengeance like that, if your kid has been abused and you go after the abuser, you're doing that exclusively for yourself to try and make up for the fact that you failed your kid as hard as you did. It doesn't do anything for the child if you get them. They don't care. It doesn't do anything for them at all if you get the abuser or not. And more than likely, all that's going to do is further remove you from their life. So the absolute best thing you can do if that were to happen is you have to acknowledge that you failed as a parent. You absolutely have to. And you have to then be in your kid's life 300% more, because any kind of vigilante bullshit is for you. That's you wanting to feel like the big hero. And I think it's disgusting, to be honest. That's like the lowest. That shit, it makes me mad.
If you get raped, then go hunt down the guy that did it. And
sure, yes, why not?
But don't
beat him to death with a Hugo Boss belt.
Oh God.
Leave the H on his forehead after hitting him a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
A Nazi belt. So you're saying in that case, like the dad is almost as bad as the.
It's just making the kid's life worse. All your kid needs is a parent. You weren't there in the first place. That's why you got wrapped. And then what's your solution? Oh, I'll remove myself from your life further. Cool. Cool. Run your kid's life into the ground more. Make his life worse, or her life worse. It's insane, dude.
How does it make it? Well, so like in the case of Gary,
they're losing a parent.
But like in the case of Gary, he didn't spend any time in jail at all.
I bet he spent less time with his daughter.
That's lucky though, and I mean, if he took some violent approach, then that's going to come up, and it's most likely affected his life in some negative way.
Of course. He has less time around his kid. And guess what? There will never be a day where that daughter turns 24 and goes, "Hey, Dad, I just want to say, like, thanks for kicking the shit out of the abuser. Really appreciate it." Yeah. It's not going to happen.
Thanks for putting a bullet in that guy's head and making me feel guilty for the rest of my life, so I have to go through the traumatic experience of going to therapy for it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all of my trauma is exactly the same.
Why would the kid feel guilty?
Why would the kid eventually grow up to feel guilt that their parent killed somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could kind of see it. I see what Paul's getting at. I could see it.
I mean, that's... Okay.
If I was a kid, all I would want is my parent to be there for me afterwards. I wouldn't want him to go take a human life.
Like,
cool. Hey, instead of killing somebody, I would rather you just be there for me.
You're going to be like, a person died because of me.
But it wasn't because of you.
It was. You told your father that this person did something bad to you, and your father went and hunted them down like an animal and killed them. That's your fault that a person is dead. That's going to weigh on somebody eventually.
It could. And people that have abuse like that, they take all kinds of shit in weird ways. I'm not saying it's correct, but I could see how somebody would take it that way. Like, hey, all I wanted was my dad to be there for me afterwards, and instead he went and put a bullet in some guy's head. Wow, cool. You know,
and maybe
what the fuck does that do for me?
That at first, but
then he ends up in prison, and the kid ends up alone or in the foster system. So
it doesn't unwrap your child. You're putting a bullet in the guy's head. It doesn't do anything.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
If you're lucky, you get that community service thing, which ultimately, ding, 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 less time with your child. Sorry, sweetie, I have to go do 60 hours this week picking up paper because I wanted to feel like Batman after I failed you. Which I know is insane. I know it's a very harsh stance, but sorry.
It's interesting.
Why did you think I had this Punisher sticker on the back of my truck?
Sorry, sweetie, Daddy's not smart enough to know not to hire a male babysitter. Oops. Yeah. Sorry. It must have slipped my mind. I just wanted you out of the house really bad. Oops, I hired a male babysitter. Are you kidding? And then, don't worry, I'll go totally Daredevil on him. You ever seen Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner? Don't worry, sweetheart. I got this.
Why
I know you won't remember anything for the next 6 years.
Babysitter.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. Jesus Christ. You couldn't even just do Harrison Ford and just be fine with it.
He's the first person that came into my mind.
That makes me feel old.
So yeah, that's my turbo spicy take that I'm sure people will not like much.
They're gonna remake Godfather one day, and then it's gonna be like, yeah, why can't you be like Gary Busey in Godfather? And then be like, oh my god.
I watched Lost Highway by David Lynch, and Gary Busey was in it, but like before his brain got all fucked up, and he was very good. He was very good in it.
What happened to Gary Busey? It was a motorcycle accident, right?
Very interesting to see. Is that what happened to him? I have no idea.
I think so.
What happened to his son? His son used to be in movies, and then I stopped seeing him.
Jake Busey.
Yeah, Jake Busey.
He had a son.
He was in like Starship Troopers.
He looks just like him.
And he looks just like Gary Busey, but then I stopped seeing him.
I started to type out why is Gary Busey crazy, but Google finished the search with why is Gary Busey famous, and for some reason that's just funny
for being insane.
For being insane. And I'm 100% certain he's eating somebody's face, but he won't admit it.
Average Hollywood actor.
Right. Yeah, he was in a motorcycle accident. Skull was fractured and suffered permanent brain damage. Wow. That was in 88. Nice. Why do I feel like it was more recent that he went crazy? I guess it was just over time.
He's just been crazy for a very long time.
Right.
It's probably true.
It's just been getting worse recently, I think.
The brain's weird, man. I'm always amazed with how people act because just the smallest thing is off by the brain.
He's still like cognitive though. He's done like the Hitman game and shit. Like,
oh yeah,
it's not like he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or anything. He's definitely crazy, but he's not like fucking gone, like dementia patient.
I don't know. I've seen some interesting interviews with him.
I mean, sometimes people just like to say crazy shit for attention too.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, he had the wherewithal to come and do the like Hitman 3 commercial where it's like, vote for him or fucking Sean, whoever the fuck that was, to like kill in the next update of Hitman. And he, yeah,
that's right.
Polar, the Netflix.
Yeah. I mistake the movie with Mads Mikkelsen. I saw Polar, not The Hunt.
Because I looked at The Hunt and I was like, I don't see Mads Mikkelsen in here, but maybe it's just another The Hunt. But all right,
hold on, maybe I have it wrong.
No, you had The Hunt. No, that's right.
He's in The Hunt as well.
Okay.
Frank was just thinking of a different movie.
So
there was also that really good one called Hard Candy. I think it was with Ellen Page as a kid.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it was about a young girl that would intentionally lure pedophiles and kill them. It was fucking awesome, dude. Killer movie.
Huh.
Dude, the end that she's like, she has him like chained up in his house, and she eventually like takes him up on the roof towards the end of the film, and she's like, here's the deal. You're either going to it was like, you either kill yourself and I'll keep that you were a pedophile a secret, or I'm telling your boss and your family and everybody you've ever known. So he literally jumps off the roof and hangs himself, and then she tells him anyway in the film. It rocks, dude. It's so good. Wow. So good.
Wow. Well, I need to tell you about Captain Sticky that I ran across while I was looking up vigilantes. And this is 100% legit. This actually happened. This is in the 70s. There's even a picture of him with Stan Lee in like 1975. It's this kind of older gentleman, probably early 40s. Apparently he had a fair amount of money in San Diego area, but he would go around in this green suit with an S across his chest because, of course, very shiny. He drove a customized Lincoln Continental that had cannons on it that shot peanut butter and jelly. And he would go around and he would put a stop to crime. And he would do it by making people sticky with peanut butter and jelly.
That's insane.
I thought it was great. Let's see.
Tyler's been talking about movies about vigilantism and everything like that. The last one you were talking about were luring pedophiles and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Not that situation specifically, but there's a movie called Blue Ruin, where a guy spends like so much of his life trying to plan out this revenge on people that like hurt him and his family and everything like that, that he ends up letting his whole life go for it. He ends up killing the guy in like a bathroom and steals the dude's car. But the dude's stepson is in the car, and it's like the whole time he's going through this, he keeps like both mentally and physically hurting himself over and over and over. And it's like, this is what revenge does to people. And, this is how it can fuck up your life and shit like that.
Did you ever see I Saw the Devil? That's basically what that film's about too.
No, I don't think I did.
I Saw the Devil's incredible, dude. It's a Korean horror film about this serial killer that abducts this random woman and tears her apart and shit. And she was the wife of like a police detective. And so he goes on this solo journey, and he basically tortures the killer the entire film. He follows him. He has trackers on him. He would find him, beat the shit out of him, slit his Achilles, and then leave him. And just torture him over and over and over and over and over. And then he has him at the end of the film, and the killer's like, look, whatever you want out of me, you're never going to get. And he was like, I just want to know why you did it. And he was like, look, man, nobody's perfect. That was his reason for killing his wife. Nobody's perfect. And then he sets him up in this guillotine that's rigged to the door. And the police detective leaves, and the people that come to open the door are his son and his parents. And so they open the door, which beheads the serial killer. And then it cuts to the police detective walking down the road, and he's listening to it on an earbud. And then he just takes it out and throws it on the ground and starts wailing, starts weeping. And you're like, yeah, just a good old rot film.
That's fun.
How do you find these random ass movies? That's what I do. He watches
obscure B movie shit.
I thought the Devil's a big film. It's the villain in that film
big in
is
Korea, guys. Come on.
the villain in that film is the same guy that did Old Boy. So it's I think his name's
another
Park
Asian movie that barely anybody's
See,
heard.
you knew it.
Old Boy is one of the biggest films of all time. Everybody knows
heard of it because they
is.
remade it in America, and everybody hated the remake.
Of course, because it was trash. It's like saying nobody's heard of The Ring, dude. It's Japanese.
Yeah, obviously.
Wait, so The Ring that we got over here was a remake?
Yes.
Yeah.
That.
Yes.
It was called Ringu in Japan.
The Grudge is, I think, another one.
That's a way better name. Ringu.
I don't remember what The Grudge was called. It was called Q-on or Ju-on.
It was called Grudge.
Which makes me think it was Korean.
That's terrible.
I'm actually curious. I would be surprised if Ju-on was Japanese. Let's see. No, it is Japanese.
Better than Jew-off,
Yeah.
which was what Hitler was all about.
Wow.
So,
thank you for that really clever joke, Paul. Really reaching into the depths of your psyche to craft that one.
I am so.
You should have said it was anti-Jew bug spray. Jew-off.
Jew-off. That's so good. See. Are those pesky Jews bothering you in your backyard this summer? Try new Jew-off.
Can we
It's
leave
not
any
harmful
of this
to
in?
animals.
The title of the episode was going to be Revenge Boner because that's what Paul described vigilantism earlier. But Jew-off might be better.
I will say I think the movie Girl with the Dragon Tattoo fucking sucks. That movie sucks. Fart.
Wasn't that another remake thing, or was that
It's
one
based
just
on
straight
books.
based on the book? Okay.
That movie blew. I got rapped, so I rapped him back. Wow. Oh my god. That's incredible.
I didn't realize that's
Fart.
what that was about.
Big fart. I mean, she saved some. I think she saved some other girls or whatever. Who cares?
I don't know. I didn't watch any of those movies, so it's like 3 of them.
Wow.
Oh man, I like how we were talking about vigilantism when we just got into revenge movies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
that's where revenge boner came from. I was thinking about like real life instances of it, and I was thinking like maybe Wyatt Earp's right against the Cowboys, but he had the law on his side for that, so it's kind of like half there, half not, and it's mostly his revenge boner that was driving it. So
yeah. I can't really say revenge and vigilantism are the same, though, because once they get the revenge, that's it. It's like the guy we were talking about earlier, back in the 80s. It was his one and done. He had never had any criminal record whatsoever. That's why the judge was so light and commuted his sentence, because it was clearly temporary insanity, I think is what he called it, because the grief of losing his son. So, yeah. It was a very interesting case, but I wouldn't say he was a vigilante for that reason, because he didn't continue to pursue criminals.
Yeah, Batman doesn't just beat up one guy and it's like, all right, I'm done being Batman.
No, I mean, that's a very.
I want to make a distinction.
Yeah,
I think if somebody, so if that guy, for example, if the guy that killed his son was dealt 60 years, right? He's away forever, no chance of parole, he's gone, and you kill him anyway, you're doing it for yourself. However, if the guy kills your child and gets off on a technicality or gets parole early based on good behavior, something like that, then I think killing him is much more justified, because there's no planet where somebody that does something like that gets to go back into the world normally again. So I think that's like kind of enforcing karmic justice in a way. And also, even if you want to disregard that entirely, you can say like you're preventing him from the possibility of harming another kid or harming somebody else, right? Like, so I think that if there's a chance that justice will be not doled out by removing him from Earth forever, functionally, by throwing him in prison, then I think you should, you should probably, Roblox him, I would say.
Roblox him.
Go ahead and take him out.
I mean, and there are a lot of examples through like the Old West specifically about like vigilante justice in real life, though. Like, but typically it was like militia shit because they were tired of crime that wasn't being dealt with because the sheriff's office was being paid off by the railway or whatever.
Right. You misspoke.
Like, yeah, I did. But I mean, it eventually ties back to like, okay, is this mob rule or is this like lynching, or are you doing this for the betterment of your community? There's a lot of ways that it like
it's an interesting topic.
Fucking sits on like the fence there and teeters back and forth between a bunch of different things.
Yeah, you think about the Yakuza too, right? Doing a bunch of illegal shit, but literally for the betterment of Japan's citizens. So hey,
the Italian mob.
Yeah, I was just gonna say for you bringing
giving everybody pasta. Pretty cool.
I mean, what could be better?
Cool. When we meet up, we have to go to Carrabba's. That's a rule now. That's a rule.
What's funny, so when you mentioned Carrabba's before, I've only
be careful, Rob. Be careful. Go ahead. Carrabba's is very dear to me. I'm just go ahead.
Threatening you, obviously.
No, I'm not.
Come on.
Whatever.
I'm going to get the hammer out of the drawer.
It would be a shame if something were to have that could interrupt your lifting and stuff like that.
You're going to activate his heat vision. Don't do it.
I'll say when I went there, my server was black, and I was not a fan. I was hoping for a white server. Rob.
That's terrible. No, I was going to say I've only been one other time, but I can't remember if it was with you or somebody else. But I want to say it was with you, and that's funny that keeps coming up with you. But
we probably did. If was there one in Albany somewhere?
Yeah, there was a Johnny Carino.
No, they're a little shit fucking Italian spot in Albany.
Yeah. They eventually put an Olive Garden up, so
the Albany's only.
God, dude. That was one thing I was telling my coworker Austin about. Every time a new building started to come up in Albany, it was going to be an Olive Garden until you saw the gas pumps. It did not matter how big it was. Everybody was like, "It's going to be an Olive Garden."
We want an Olive Garden so we can stop going to Red Lobster and getting diarrhea.
I visit now, and I'm just amazed at what is there. Like, oh, wow.
I'm surprised that town is still standing half the time.
Did you guys ever eat at the Catch in Albany?
Yes. I actually did the cable install for the Catch. Their internet service.
I've never eaten there.
Frank, have you had the Catch?
No.
It was like it was Albany's like high tier seafood restaurant, but I don't know how high tier it was retrospectively.
Wait, where was it? Where was it located?
It's around Whispering Pines. Taylor's Market.
Whispering Pines. It was closer to Dawson Road.
Is it on Slappy or off of Slappy?
No, it's Whispering Pines. It's kind of across Whispering Pines from Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
I think I remember it being nice. What's that
seafood restaurant down there?
It was nice.
Like off Slappy across from the antique place.
That's Chick-fil-A you're thinking of, Paul.
No. it was like next door to a Video Warehouse.
Blackbeard's.
Blackbeard's. I've been to Blackbeard's. Okay. Yeah.
Is that a drive-through?
No, it's
it's
like a sit-down restaurant.
Wait, I think I ate at Blackbeard's and I had a really bad reaction. Is that real? I have to look it up.
Yeah. They had those like cool VIP party rooms where they would like close the shutter for you.
Bro, this is the restaurant I ate at. Wow.
I'm sorry.
And then proceeded to shit your brains out?
No, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys the real deal story. I'm gonna tell you the real one. Robert, you're gonna have to censor this or edit it out or something. Okay.
Okay.
So I went here with this girl I was dating at the time, and we ate a bunch of seafood, and then we was
Johnny Carino's.
We had a hotel afterwards. So we went to the hotel, and this particular girl was the only one that I did.
I don't know, fly at it, ram it straight.
I don't know, that kind of speed, either the plane goes ass over tit or I'll punch straight through the hull.
And so she brought, and I put the on and we did our thing. And then like 10 minutes later, my whole body is breaking out in rashes, dude, from my knees up to my neck, dude. I have hives from the fucking Walmart.
Guess you wanted to cram in as much fat as possible, huh?
Dude, I took like 5 Benadryl. I had to call the hotel staff. I was like, please bring Benadryl, water, new blankets. I don't know what's happening. And then I remember I was like, it has to be the crab from Blackbeard's. That has to be, because that's, and then I went to the bathroom and looked, and like the biggest concentration of like hives and redness was like,
can't you make it stop?
And I was like, it's the ass water juice spray, whatever. That's what it was. Yeah, you got to cut all of that out.
You got to use a condom, my guy.
Why do I have to cut that out? You didn't use any names?
You didn't use any names.
No, because nobody
say cock.
No,
nobody cares.
Nobody can hear that. That's a very private story. I'm a very private person.
You just have to cut out the whole story.
Here I am. I'm getting ready to
private stories.
Yeah, I know, right?
Here I am getting ready to get the picture to use in the cover of
Robert. No, for real.
You have to record something like, here, Tyler tells a very interesting story about, like, just have
I would love that, actually.
Yeah, paraphrase it.
Yes. Tyler told a very, very
Tyler
invasive...
had crab,
or should I just
got crab,
or should I just duck everything that's like... We went to the hotel to do.
Dude, anything you do will be very funny. But yes, do not. Seriously, I can't. I don't want anybody.
Throw in some Homelander, just like grunts and stuff.
Yeah. So we went to the hotel, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. Just throw that in. Little Homelander line.
Just like the sniffing milk noise and everything. Just
dude, I'm doing it. That's what I'm doing.
Please.
I will edit down to the shitting your brains, but I'm leaving all this in it.
Shitting my brains?
Shitting your brains out, really.
I didn't shit my brains out.
I think we mentioned if Robert said something about it before you continued with the story.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I was like, I didn't shit my brains out.
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking
yeah. What a fucking nightmare story, dude. Blackbeard. Just hearing that, I went, oh, wait, and then I looked it up and I went,
it unlocked a memory.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, sir. Memory restaurant.
Yeah, buddy.
I got
Your
another one
palace
for you.
had a locked door this entire time.
So-
the key was in the shape of Blackbeard's. God.
Dylan works there, so that's
Yeah, just fill him in.
yeah.
Fill him in.
I thought he worked at a grocery store or something.
Nope.
Oh.
Blackbeards.
Blackbeard's.
That
I'm surprised
rocks.
that place is still open. The fuck?
I'm not.
Me
Aaron
too,
actually
man.
really likes it.
It's been there for.
Yeah, tell Aaron about my lovely story. You know, Tyler ate here, and then he went and.
It's gonna be the damn Affleck duck telling a damn story.
Oh God, damn it, man! Holy shit, Tyler, you've gone through it.
Yeah, I have, man.
Between that and the
Gee.
Korean massage place, the spa.
Yeah, I hope I have peace one day.
That's why I don't go places, man. This is fucking that right there. God. This has been the best episode.
This is what happens. I need
tier.
to have a few vodkas before we
gotta-
record, and we'll
yeah.
really let it rip.
No.
You gotta drink more, man. Holy shit.
Oh, I'm trying, my friend. I promise.
Intentionally make our friend an alcoholic for ratings.
Dude, me and Jared drank on, I think it was Friday, and we got crazy. And then we were like, all right, let's take a week off. So we'll hit it up next Friday, end of the work week. And we drank on Monday and today.
Jesus.
We go, wow, it just makes the whole fucking week better and go by faster. We're not as sad.
It's Friday.
Yeah. Wow. But we're both
For
in a lot of
fuck's
pain
sake,
from
dude.
women, so it is what it is. You know what I mean, boys?
Mm.
Yeah,
Misery
shit
loves
happens.
company, right?
And then you drink yourself into a bottle you can never get out of.
That's true. What a 90s Batman series thing to say, Paul.
You're welcome.
As I'm eyeing down the bottle of Beluga right next to me. Going, wow, you're pretty. I miss you. No, I can't. It's obviously killing me. Ooh, alcohol, bad for you. I get it. Okay. Let me see. I actually think. No, it's less than a quarter. It's way less. It's actually almost gone.
It's almost water.
Did you know that? I don't know if it's on the list anymore, but I looked at like the top 10 list of vodkas one time, and Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull was like number 2. Like,
Crystal
it's
Skull's pretty solid.
surprisingly good. I love
Yeah.
Crystal Skull.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That
I
would
like
be
it.
your vigilante name.
Crystal
Crystal
Skull.
Skull.
Crystal Skull.
I like that
Just
one.
throw
My,
vodka at people.
my all-time favorite, even above Beluga, to be honest, is Belvedere. Belvedere's so smooth, man. Belvedere
Crystal
fucking
Head,
rocks.
not Crystal Skull, but-
I pretty much just drink wine now.
Yeah, Crystal Head
So you're a
vodka.
soccer
Yeah,
mom.
buddy.
So.
And Belvedere,
I
I
just
think it's
don't
Polish.
drink heavy anymore. I got out of that. Got that out of my system.
All right.
I have it in my system. Yeah, Belvedere is Polish. Frank, have you got any closing thoughts for us? What's your thought of wisdom for the evening?
You can't find happiness in a bottle.
That's true.
Womp womp.
I'll keep trying.
It's gotta be in here somewhere.
It's gotta be fucking.
Eye all the way in the neck of the bottle. Fucking-
No, it's very true. You cannot. Don't be a silly Billy.
Of course.
Robert, any thoughts?
Uh-huh.
Final thoughts? Closing?
Not really. No. Nothing that's prophetic or dad like.
Prophetic. Stop shrugging cars. Just do normal shrugs, you freak.
That is a normal shrug.
You
It's a
freak.
bar like Smith machine. All right, I'll give it that. Shrug.
God.
Why is it? I don't like doing dumbbells, man.
Yeah, because you like to put 8 plates on each side and go, wow, I feel strong. It's impressive. I'm just bullshitting.
Doesn't quite feel like a minivan yet. Keep adding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like one. The next time I go to do shrugs, I'm gonna do it with dumbbells, and you're gonna be like, "Why are you doing 25 reps?"
Jesus.
It's good. These are hundreds, Tyler. What do you want me to do? I go, how are you so strong at shrugging? It's like Jared maxing out the leg curl machine. Like, What the fuck is this movement you're unnaturally strong at? It doesn't make any sense.
I honestly, I kind of attribute to moving like patients around in wheelchairs and shit because like there's a lot of times where I actually lift them up.
Oh, that's true.
And then move it to the side or whatever.
He's lifting dead weight at his
It's actually probably, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever go limp noodle? People just can't pick you up. It's
all the time, brother.
No, he said limp noodle, like the whole body, not just your dick. Never mind.
Not just your noodle.
That was the joke, Robert. You fucking lab rat.
He's got to explain it. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
I was trying to further the joke. Okay.
Listen, our two listeners have probably a combined IQ of 76, so they're not going to pick up on half our jokes anyway. Okay?
One of them is a UPS driver. He's got a little bit more IQ than that.
At him like that. God.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of rocks. I like that. I like the idea of somebody like working and like listening to our stuff. That's actually pretty cool.
He actually gets on to me all the time when we go a long time without uploading anything. He's like, where's it at?
Hey,
I
you
need
fuckers, I'm getting bored.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm running out of Jordan Peterson to listen to.
Joe Rogan hasn't said anything interesting in 30 years.
My room's as clean as it'll ever be. I'm bored.
Yep.
All right, we can wrap it up. I'm going to go eat a ton of ice cream. And Frank's going to stream a very cool, scary game for me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to stream some. What was the name of it? Clap?
It's called Clap Clap.
Okay.
Clap. It's just going to be Frank shaking his ass cheeks in front of the Discord camera.
Yep. You're going to have record subscribers.
Make that ass clap.
All right, Paul.
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
And I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.